Okay, we're going to make this nice little zippered bag. I used a double zipper on this one. I think I just have a single zipper on that one. If you'll notice, it's got binding on here that's folded over and top stitched down, and that makes it really firm up on the top so it's not oofy. And I used Soft and Stable to give it body. So this is a nice size bag. You could use it as a cosmetic bag. Actually, somebody came in and traced my template for it, put pockets on the inside and handles on it, and it's a handbag for her. But anyway, we're about to make this. This is the template for it. So this is what you're going to trace. So make yourself an 8 by 3 inch rectangle. So that's here, 8 by 3. Then you're going to come out 3 inches, go out 3 inches. Then you're going to go up 6, and then you're going to fold the whole thing in half, and you're going to make yourself a nice curve to the 6 inches up to 12 inches. So you'll measure from the bottom to the top at 12 inches, and then cut from the top of the 6 to that 12, and that gets you this nice curved shape. Okay, you're gonna need 1/3 of a yard of fabric for the outside and 1/3 of a yard of fabric for the inside. Then you're also gonna need a couple of strips of binding. I use 2.5 inch, and you're gonna need your Soft and Stable. You're gonna cut all of these pieces and layer them up wrong sides together. So I have my sandwich made. This is my outside fabric, my Soft and Stable is in there, and there's my inside fabric, my lining fabric. And I have just basted this whole piece together. So I have my 2 pieces layered and basted together. Now we're gonna put the zipper on.
Is that like an 1/8 inch?
Yeah, it's just a top stitch. Oh, this is a double zipper. Okay, cool. I'll put another double zipper in. Okay, I have my zipper foot on. I'm gonna put this on the inside of my bag. Where's my other one? So I can show this. I'm gonna put this on in the lining of my bag. So it's sewn on like this to the lining of my bag. This is my lining. And I have a zipper that's plenty big for what I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and just clip this on here, a couple of places, going around, so it doesn't move on me. And I have these great big zipper pulls. So what I'm probably gonna do is stop with my needle down, and I'm gonna open those zipper tabs past where I've sewn so that my foot doesn't catch it. But I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Oops, nope. Get my needle on the right side. Okay, so I am just gonna, what am I doing? I'm on this side of the zipper. There. Okay, so the top of my fabric is here, and I've got my zipper foot lined up, and I'm just gonna stitch this on. Go however slow or fast you need to, but just keep that lined up with that top section. Okay, so here's where I was talking about. I'm gonna leave my needle down, and I'm just gonna unzip that, and then zip this, and that way that takes that zipper out of the way so I can finish without hitting the zipper. Now to get your other side lined up, I'm going to line up both pieces. So the original, this is one of those Chinese knockoff companies that had a video on Facebook. And they had you sewing the bag together and then having to sew the zipper in the round, which I thought was stupid. Why would you do that? So what I'm doing instead is I'm now matching my sides, and now I have the other side of my zipper, and I can open it up after I've matched it. And I can just sew all of this in, and my zipper will line up. And then that way I don't have to try to squeeze it and sew it in a tubular fashion as I'm sewing it in the round, and I don't have to figure out what to do with my zipper tabs because they're going to be caught in the seam allowance, and I'm not going to have to worry about finishing those. They'll just be cut off and included on my seam allowance. Okay? So now I just do the exact same thing. Only, let's see, let me do it this way. Start right there.
Do you change the position of your needle?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come the other way. Okay. Where's my foot pedal? There it is.
And you
Okay.
run your zipper right along the zipper itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those are hard to take out with your left hand. I don't use my left hand much. And if your zipper pulls, my zipper pulled in a little bit, and if it does, that's okay. Nobody's gonna know the difference. Okay. Okay, so now I have this. I have my zipper in, but I have raw edges. Oh no! No big deal. So I'm going to take my binding, and this is 2.5 inch binding, and I'm going to go in on the inside again, and I'm going to put raw edges on the outside so I can use my zipper foot again. So I have my binding is folded in half.
Is it a bias binding? Or
It is not a bias binding. This is a gentle curve. Okay, and then I can cut that off. Right even with that. And then I'm going to take it and fold it over, and I'm going to use I'll use a different foot, but I'm going to stitch it down like that, and then that gives me my zippers on the inside there. I'm actually going to fold it over twice. So it's going to fold in like this and then fold over.
And that brings your zipper right up.
Brings your zipper right up, and it gives you this nice thick piece here that's going to hold that opening open for you when you know, it's going to be more sturdy.
So show that again.
Okay, so I'm going to fold that over like that and then fold the whole thing down like that.
And when you do that, that zipper comes straight up.
Mm-hmm. and then I'll stitch it. So I have to change the foot for that. We can't do it with that foot.
And the reason to do that is because you want to put another color in the purse?
Or you could put another color if you wanted. I wouldn't have had to use this. I could use a...
But are you trying to stabilize the
It's
zipper?
stabilizing your zipper and your top opening is what it's doing. So where's my other one? See how you get... That's really firm.
Okay.
It's
And
not-
if you didn't have that, then it's gonna it's gonna waver.
It might, yeah. And I don't want it to do that. So I'm just folding this under and over, and I am just gonna top stitch it. I'm using a 1/4 inch foot, and I'm using my 1/8 inch seam guide to stitch it with. So I'll just stop and roll. Make sure my zipper teeth are out of the way. Roll all of that under.
Could you do that and use your clips? Or would you...
You'd have to have the really big clips to do
Okay.
this because they wouldn't reach. You could, you just would have to have the bigger clips. And I'm going too fast, so I think I just made a, it's not bad. You could pin it. But you'd have to have some pretty sturdy pins, and I've got those extra fine patchwork pins, and they wouldn't go through this. Like long arming pins would be good for this. Okay. Yeah, I wavered. I didn't do a great job with that. But you get the idea. I have a little there. You get the idea. I think I may rip that off and do that again, but you get the idea. Okay, we'll be back in a minute because I'm going to do this other piece. Okay, now we're going to have both sides on. I have my binding on both sides. We're going to untwist my zipper is what we're going to do. I think I just went the wrong way. For crying out loud. This should go like this. Just like this. Okay, I'm untwisted. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It just looked weird for a minute there. Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna pull the tabs.
So we got right sides together.
Yeah, I have right sides together, and I've pulled my zipper tabs in now. By the way, when you top stitch that on, that's all you get on this side. It's just this one line. Okay, and then I should be lined right up, and I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut the end of that zipper off because I don't have to worry about that zipper tab. It's gonna be sewn into the seam. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my side seams. So I'm gonna sew, and I'm doing a 3/8 inch seam just to make sure I get everything I need to in it. I just noticed I don't have a dual feed down. And then I'll do the same on this side.
It seemed to like it lined up very nice for you.
Okay. And then I have to do my bottom seam. Oops, that didn't cut. I do my bottom seam.
And she left her zipper open a little bit because we have to turn it
Yep.
right sides out. And you have to have the zipper open partial.
Okay, and now that I have this done, I finished my insides on this one, so you didn't have raw edges. So the easy way to do that is to take your leftover couple strips of binding that you had, fold under a raw edge. Here, I'll go this way. And just stitch it on. I'm doing a 1/4 inch seam with this. And before you get up to the other end, you're gonna cut and fold those ends under. Like so. So you get a nice finished seam on the inside. And then I just flip that around to the other side and top stitch it on. And that'll cover those seams. So I'm going to do that to this one and this seam, and I'll be back.
You're on.
Okay. I'm trimming threads. It's better to trim them as you go than to wait till the end and have them all in your seams and yucky. All right, I got threads. Okay, so now I have my little, my bound seams are in here. I did not have to fold under the edges for these two sides because now I'm gonna do my box seam. So basically, you just flatten that out, and then I'm gonna push one of these bindings one direction and one in the other. And I'm gonna get this squished underneath. I'm going to sew that seam. Same way, I'm still doing that 3/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to finish that one too. So I'll take my binding strip that I have left, and I will come down and put it right over that seam.
How much of the binding did you cut?
I cut 2 strips.
Okay.
2 strips was enough. That is a Bernina.
That Bernina went over all that bulk. What size needle you got in there?
This is a 40. Or what am I saying, 40? Jeez Louise. Yeah. 80/12. What am I talking about? Okay, and then I can take off this little extra bulk right here. And then I'll fold that under. And see, look how nice that makes that. You don't have all those raw, fancy edges sticking out with threads everywhere. I have some threads I have to cut. But now I just have to flip that over and top stitch it on this side. And that was even over more bulk. That is a Bernina for you. Trim those threads. But that's basically going to be the inside bottom of my bag right there. Get all those little threads out. Okay, and I got to do the other side. I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Cut a couple more threads off. Threads. So what happens when you use your thread cutter? You get threads left. Okay, so now, since I left my zipper a little bit open, I can just open it the rest of the way, reach inside here, pull this inside out, fluff out my bottom corners, like so, and I have myself another little zipper bag. Easy peasy.
Cute, cute.
Easy peasy. You can see 2 lines of stitching on this. Oh dear. That's bad. I did better on this one than I did on that one. Anyway. That's what happens when you're rushing for filming. Anyway.
Is there a name for this bag?
Little zippered pouch. Little zippered pouch. Yeah, I don't know. Little zippered pouch, I think. But I mean, it is. You could put a pocket on the inside, and you could put D-rings out here, and then put a swivel hook and put a strap on it. You'd have a purse if you wanted to. Or you could use it as a cosmetic bag, or you could put your English paper piecing projects in it. Or you could put your hand stitchery projects. Maybe you have a little Mill Hill cross stitch project going, whatever. It would all fit in this. So this cute little bag, that's how you make it. You got the template. Don't pay for the plastic templates. Draw your own.